Good day, dear people. In this video, we are going to cover FLA written, that is, Foreign Liabilities and Assets Written to RBI under FEMA Act 1999. Let's get into detail of FLA written. What is FLA written? FLA written is annual return on foreign liabilities and assets, which has been notified under FEMA 1999. Who has to file this FLA return and when to file this return? All the Indian resident companies which received FDI and or made overseas investment in any of the previous years, including current year, by July 15 every year. What if we don't file FLA return at all? Non-filing of the return before due date will be treated as a violation of FEMA, and penalty clause may be invoked for violation of FEMA. What information should be reported in FLA written if balance sheet of the company is not audited before the due date of submission? If the company's accounts are not audited before the due date of the submission, that is 15th July, then the FLA return should be submitted based on unaudited, that is provisional account. Once the accounts get audited and there are revisions from the provisional information submitted by the company, they are supposed to submit the revised FLA return based on audited accounts by end of September. If a company did not receive FDI or made overseas investment in any of the previous year, including the current year, do we need to file FLA return? If the Indian company does not have any outstanding investment in respect of inward and outward FDI as on end of March of reporting year, the company need not submit the FLA return. If the company has only share application money, then is that company supposed to submit the FLA return? If a company has received only share application money, does not have any foreign direct investment or overseas direct investment outstanding as on end of March of the reporting year, then that company is not required to fill up FLA return. If the company has not received any inward FDI, made overseas investment in the latest year, do they need to submit the FLA return? If the company has not received any fresh FDI and or ODI overseas direct investment in the latest year, but the company has outstanding FDI and or ODI, then that company is required to submit the FLA return every year by July 15. Whether FLA return is required to be submitted by registered partnership firms, that is registered under Partnership Registration Act, or branches or trustees who have made overseas direct investment, or it is mandatory only for companies registered under Companies Act 1956 and 2013. If the partnership firms, branches or trustees have any outward FDI outstanding as an end of March of the reporting period, then they are required to send a request mail to get a dummy CIN number, which will enable them to file the Excel based FLA return. If any entity has already got the dummy SIN number, which will enable them to file the Excel based FLA return. If any entity has already got the dummy SIN number from the previous survey, they should use the same SIN number in the current survey also. It is also informed that these dummy SIN numbers are provided by RBI for filing the Excel based FLA return only and not for any other purpose. Is it required to submit annual performance report for ODI if we have submitted FLA written? FLA written and annual performance report for ODI are two different writtens and monitored by two different departments of RBI. So you are required to submit both the writtens if these are applicable for your company. If non-resident shareholders of a company has transferred their shares to the residents during the reporting period, then whether that company is required to submit the FLA return. If all non-resident shareholders of a company has transferred their shares to the residents during the reporting period and the company does not have any outstanding investment in respect of inward and outward FDI as on end of March of reporting year, then the company need not submit the FLA return. If a company issued these shares to non-resident on non-repatriable basis, whether that company is required to file the FLA return. Shares issued by reporting company to non-resident on non-repatriable basis should not be considered as foreign investment. Therefore, companies which have issued these shares to non-resident only on non-repatriable basis is not required to submit the FLA return. Dear people, I have given the source of information. There are a lot of things you can go and check in detail about this topic. Thank you for watching and happy e-learning, people.